Before you sit in on any sales pitch, read my book. If you read my book, you will become an expert in accessibility and compliance. You will know more than most of the salespeople in this industry, and you will be able to ask intelligent questions and understand exactly what they are selling, what you need, and what you don't need. This book is it's everything. I put it all in here. It takes about maybe an hour to read, and you'll have everything you need to know. This will cover like 95% of the landscape. And again, it will be like you're now an accessibility expert. You will understand all of these different topics, what they mean, how they relate to one another. In fact, let's look through some bullet points in the description. WCAG, audits, VPATs, scans, user testing, remediation, overlays, widgets, certification, accessibility statements, accessibility policy, how AI fits into everything. Read this book and you will understand exactly what's going on. So, the book is titled Digital Accessibility and Compliance. This is available on Amazon. We are currently looking at the Amazon product page. You can get the audiobook. I think there's a special going on right now where you can get the audiobook for 99 cents with the free trial or something to that effect. The paperback is $10. The Kindle book is $5.99. So this book, if you just get this book, you take an hour to read this, then you could easily save thousands of dollars on your accessibility project and not only save money, but save dozens of hours of time and potentially down the road, like other risks by going with the wrong provider or choosing the wrong services that so many providers try to sell you. I have seen this so many times over the years, and I've watched so many people end up needlessly wasting money and spending time and buying into accessibility products and services that they simply do not need or that were unhelpful to begin with. So let's just scroll down here and see if there's any other information I want to cover. No, that's it. But this book is, I'm telling you, this is so important. I mean, I've been in this space now for almost 8 years, and this book really distills down everything. I just published it. Did I publish it this year? Was it on May 17th, 2025 is when I published this book. And this will get you organized and help you have all of there's all of these different terms and concepts that are in accessibility and compliance, and most people, including accessibility professionals and attorneys, and we're talking about accessibility professionals at the largest companies, most people do not understand everything and how it fits together. This book will make everything very, very clear. It's a lean book. It doesn't, I made sure to write it in such a way that it didn't take any longer than is necessary to read. There's no long introduction. This is just about giving you the information that you need to understand accessibility and really purchase intelligently as a buyer, because this is in many ways this is written for buyers. This is written for those who have accessibility projects that they need to work on. And it doesn't matter what your role is, you can stand to benefit from this book, because let's just say you're a developer who is working on accessibility, then you can help everyone else on your team and probably save yourself time in not working on not being distracted by things you shouldn't be working on, or that really aren't what you need to do. And so what happens all too often in this space is that accessibility companies are very deceptive and with how they market and what products and services they're selling, and they know very well that the products and services that they're selling are either misleading or not genuinely helpful to clients. But what they can do is they can massage the marketing to say in so many words that this is something that you need when it really isn't. But the way they position it is very clever. And we've seen this work out over the years. And I'm not just referring to overlay widget vendors, but the way that they will position their products and services is to make it sound like that you need them for compliance when in many times you do not. Many accessibility companies in this space are just looking, they are prioritizing their revenue over the client. And so obviously in the long run, that is going to work to their detriment, but that is what happens. And so I think that's why it's so important that this book is here and that you read this book, is because if you read the marketing materials from many of the companies in this space, they have no problem with misdirection and recommending to you their products and services that serve them more than they serve you. And I think it should be the other way around, but that is not how these accessibility companies operate. So I cannot, I know I wrote the book, so obviously I'm biased, but just knowing clients, knowing what people are thinking, knowing the amount of research that they're doing, which is most people are not putting in that much research. Put in the hour and 15 minutes of research to read this book, and it will be like the marketplace opens up and now you can see everything. So if you've heard of the signal and the noise, this book is the signal. You will understand exactly what to discard and exactly what to hone in on, what services and products can actually help you versus what services and products are just there for you to purchase, and they don't really actually help you with your end objective. And almost everybody's end objective in this space is going to be WCAG conformance, because that leads directly to compliance. And this book is going to simplify compliance to you. And I know there are so many different laws and regulations um, that have all of these various requirements, and you're just aware of them. And then there's the web content accessibility guidelines, and then some people are under the impression that they're constantly changing, and that's in part because of the messaging that accessibility companies put out. They want to make this seem more confusing than it is. It's really not that confusing. It's just that someone needs to actually state, well, here is everything, and lay it out very plainly. Once you see it plainly in front of you, once all of the terms and the concepts are defined, once you understand how they relate to one another, then it just opens up everything. And then you can proceed from there. You can purchase intelligently. You can be in on these sales demos and these sales pitches, ask the right questions, and really, it would be, I think of it as entertainment in a way. Not that I've done this, but I just think it would be entertaining to listen to the salespeople, and knowing that they themselves don't understand that much. They understand what their trained sales pitches are, but they themselves don't really understand at the fundamental level what they're actually selling. So if you read this book, you can go into these meetings and these demos and understand exactly how the products and services help you and how they do not, and then also understand their relative value to what you're trying to accomplish. So this book is Digital Accessibility and Compliance. It's available on Amazon, and I will include a link in the description.